Welcome to another episode of the INH show, talking about geek culture, news and lifestyle.
Yes, we do.
Now today, we're going to do another one of our famous movie reviews. We're talking about Interstellar.
Everyone's going to hate me, but go on.
So, Interstellar, the new Christopher Nolan blockbuster science fiction movie. We've both seen it. You can probably already tell where this is going, but we've both seen it already. And let's do our usual customary spoiler-free thoughts, recommendations.
I'll let you lead this episode because you're a fan of this show, right?
All right. So my thoughts are that I do recommend the movie. If you're a fan of Christopher Nolan, if you're a fan of science fiction, then yes, it's a good movie. If you don't like science fiction, I think it's going to be a little bit long and boring for you. What do you think, Terence?
Oh man,
just whether you recommend it or not.
I do not recommend it at all whatsoever.
Stunning.
I'm a science fiction guy. I'm a Christopher Nolan guy, but this movie.
But together they just didn't work for you, huh?
Not this one, anyways.
All right. Well, I recommend it. You don't recommend it. I guess we can get more into it. What didn't you like about the movie? Is it too long? Did you not understand it? Let me just put my glasses on because I reckon we're going to get very scientific about this one. Go on.
Okay, so I did not enjoy this movie one bit.
One bit? Wow.
Well, I was expecting a lot out of it, I guess. Maybe that's what it is. I mean, Chris Nolan had he had a good run of a lot of his previous movies, right?
Well,
Inception, the Dark Knight trilogy, minus a couple of points here and there. Sorry, Luke.
No, I'm a big fan of Christopher Nolan. He's not perfect. And there are flaws in this movie.
Oh, there's a lot of flaws in this movie. But okay, can I actually let me start with what I disliked about it, and then I'll talk about what I maybe liked about it.
Go on.
Right? What I disliked about it is the fact that it was so long. I did not enjoy the dialogue. I hated the third act that just went too artsy fartsy to the point where it was a letdown. I don't like the camera angles he used, especially the one where it was the rocket. Well, the ship that they use, for whatever reason, they placed the camera sticking. How do I explain this? Where you can see majority of the screen being the ship itself. You can't see anything else. I was expecting visually to be amazing, the space and all that.
See, I didn't know about that.
I did not enjoy it.
I didn't mind the camera angles that he used because I mean you're visually recognizing that shot of the ship. You know, it's your frame of reference.
But I can't see anything else. It's like blocking half of what I want to see. But anyways, that's my overall.
I can agree with you that the length and the dialogue are always issues with Nolan movies. Can you? I mean, like all these Dark Knight Rises, Inception, they were long movies.
Yeah, but I enjoyed those two very much. Like very much.
So. Let's just get a little bit into the story. I won't get too deep into it, but we're in the future and Earth is seemingly running out of resources. There's going to be there's a blight that's going to eradicate the agricultural side of things. So you're on board so far?
Yeah.
You like the setup? You like the premise?
I like the premise.
And then they're going to go to space.
Yep.
They're going to go through a wormhole, a black hole.
Yep.
They're going to go through a wormhole in order to look for new worlds or new places to colonize.
Yeah.
Are you on so far?
And you know what? The concept of that, what you've just explained, it had my buy-in like this. It had it. Straight away, I was like, oh, this is going to be amazing. I like the concept of the wormhole is not a hole.
It's a sphere.
It's a sphere.
It's pretty, yeah.
I thought that was awesome.
Okay,
you know?
now, the science of it, now, I am no astrophysicist or whatever. And I'm really not even all that smart, don't tell my patients. But I had no problem with the science and the time traveling aspect of it. What do you think about that? Because we've spoken about time travel before, and how bogus it is, and how it can never happen.
So there's always going to be loopholes with time travel, right? There's always going to be parts that we can't explain, but I was okay. I was okay with it.
So the science aspect of things you had no issue with. Like that
okay.
wasn't what ruined it for you, because I think
it's not. That's not what ruined it for me at all.
Then, to me, the only other thing that could have ruined it for you is the whole aspect where it's love that ties it all together, and it's a story about the father and the daughter and their relationship. Well, judging by that face and that expression, I'm guessing that's what soured you on it. Is that what turned it off for you?
Yeah, some to most of it.
Okay, well, let's...
Go on.
Well, I had no issue with it at all from that point of view. the science of it is, I think, when they explain things, they give you the beats enough that you can follow along and that you can accept it. In terms of the...
I don't think it's for everybody though. As in,
this movie's not for everybody.
No,
yeah,
but
I can agree with that.
I think not a lot of people could follow it. Like I struggled at certain times, but then I caught on eventually.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I can agree
I get lost, then I caught on.
Yeah, I can agree that the science of it and the explanation maybe a little bit more than is necessary, but they hit enough of the points that you get all the dot points and you can piece it together. Like, you know that they need to get to this place. You know that they need to see whether they can colonize it. You know that they need to find these, get the data and so on. Let's talk a little bit about the actors in it. So, Matthew McConaughey.
Yep.
What do you think of Matthew McConaughey? Do you like Matthew McConaughey?
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Look. Oh gosh, stop. Just stop.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about Matthew McConaughey? Do you like Matthew McConaughey in this movie?
I think I don't dislike him.
Do you think he's a believable? What is he, pilot/engineer? Do you think he was believable?
No, absolutely not at all. I did not believe that one bit.
I thought it was alright.
But
he's more believable than Mark Wahlberg in Transformers 4 as a super smart inventor.
I'll agree with you with that one. But look, I had no issues with Matthew McConaughey in this movie.
What about the accent? Because can he do anything but that accent? Can he speak in any other...
I was just going to say, you call it an accent? Isn't that just Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like, can he... I found that the accent is a little bit on the distracting side for me.
I don't find it distracting. I just took it for what it is, right?
I shouldn't say distracting, but I mean, like, when I hear that voice, I know, oh, it's Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, I just...
Because he's basically in like, every scene in the movie. Like, if you don't like Matthew McConaughey, I don't see how you can like this movie, because he basically carries the whole film.
It does. But, look, I had no issues with him. I was surprised that there was no topless scene with him in it. Do you know what I mean? Because
were you disappointed? You want to see Matthew McConaughey topless?
No, but you know what I mean, though, right? A lot of his movies, there's always going to be a scene with him topless.
I guess. Yeah. Well, he wasn't topless in Well, was he topless in Dallas Buyers Club? I haven't seen that. He probably was.
Wouldn't surprise me at all.
But he would have been like super skinny. But anyway, Matthew McConaughey I think is okay.
Yep.
The other guys in it, Anne Hathaway, she does a lot of the heavy lifting as well.
Yep,
I thought she was great in it.
She was good in it. She was good in it, definitely.
It's weird that she has the Catwoman haircut, but she's not playing Catwoman. And in Dark Knight Rises, she had the long hair, which kind of annoyed me.
All right. I was surprised. Ben Affleck's
Casey Affleck.
Casey Affleck was it Casey Affleck? No.
Yeah, the son.
Yes,
the oldest son.
Yes. He was in it. And so was what's his buddy's name?
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, yeah. He was in it too, right? So
yeah. Well, I
was actually quite surprised all these guys were like popping up. So I didn't know.
I didn't even know like Topher Grace was in it, and a few other like Wes Bentley was in it. I didn't know any of these guys were going to be in it, so it was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
Did you like the robot, the machine?
What was up with that robot? It's a freaking Lego brick.
But it does all sorts of little things. Did you like that? Did you like that?
No, I hated it actually.
Really?
If we're in the future, I thought we would have advancements where robots are not going to be a brick, like a big square or a big, you know what I mean?
No, but didn't you see the stuff that it did? Like, I mean, it ran across the water. It could walk. It could carry stuff. It could latch onto things.
It was so stupid. It was so...
Did you like
what about
Prometheus? What about the robot in that? Would you prefer a robot like that?
You know what? I honestly don't even remember Prometheus.
Well, the robot was Fassbender.
Oh right,
so
yes.
You didn't like the robot?
That was a cyborg, basically, right?
As a robot, come on.
Robot, okay, all right, fine. See, that would be more realistic to me.
What, the cyborg? I don't know about that.
I think so. With science advancements and stuff like that, why not?
Well, we don't have far in the future.
Like iRobot, and you know what I mean?
So what was your big problem with the ending? Did you not like the fifth dimension? Did you find that it was
a bit hard to swallow? The fifth dimension was just so stupid. You know
why was it stupid? Because why was it stupid?
Because it was trying too much to be arty-farty, and you know what it is?
Why is it? I don't understand where you're getting this from.
Because it is, and it's so predictable. The whole, it's a ghost. It's a ghost. You know, this movie's about time travel. You knew that was going to be Matthew McConaughey to begin with. You knew that was what was going to happen. Did you picked it up?
I did, but
right?
Here's the thing about the movie, is that a lot of times I felt more interested in what was going to happen next. And that's, to me, a lot of the Nolan movies are that there's not a lot of fun to be had along the way, isn't it? Like, there's very few laughs.
Right.
It's well placed. it looks very nice, and I think the way he marries sounds and visuals and all that, to me, is good. Although you have issues with it. Did you like the sound? Did you like the score in this?
Nope.
You didn't like the score in this?
Nope.
Boy, you're so hard to please.
I am very hard to please. No, I just know I just know what I like, and this wasn't for me. The Fifth Dimension was so stupid. It was freaking stupid. I hated it. It was such a letdown. I was like, that's it? This is it? This is all what it's all about?
You didn't... I thought it was quite chilling that the way it was brought together, because yeah, it is quite predictable, and if you sat down to think about it, you knew what was going to happen, but with the Christopher Nolan, the way he does the movies, that I just want to know what happens next. You know, like I'm more keen in seeing that, not in a bad way, but I want the movie to end because I want to know how this is going to resolve.
I just wanted the movie to be over, dude. I was so bored. It was not funny. I was
ridiculous.
really bored. I was actually
bored.
Look, I'm probably one of the minority.
Science fiction fan.
I'm probably one of the minorities that hated this movie, but I did not enjoy it. Look, never know. I might try to watch it a second or a third time around, and I might enjoy it then instead.
Something tells me that that's not going to happen anytime soon, though.
Probably not anytime soon. But I did not enjoy the movie. I did not like it one bit. Well, let me rephrase that. The first act, I was curious.
So you like the setup?
I like the setup very much. The first act was okay. The second act, I was like, all right, you got me here. And then towards about halfway towards the end of the second act, it just lost me, and I was just like, nah.
You didn't like the ending? Like,
I hated the ending.
I'm a big sucker for happy endings. You didn't even like the ending? Like, it wasn't even worth the payoff?
No.
Boy, so hard to please.
No, it was just, you know what? This movie is trickery. That's what it is. It is trickery that the people who liked it, it made them feel really smart. Because they got it. They're like, oh, I understand about time travel, and I understand about the fifth dimension. I'm really smart now. It's trickery is what it is. That's why they liked it.
What do you think about Inception? What do you think about Inception? Going off on a bit of a tangent. Did you like Inception? Because that was another movie, another Nolan movie where it was high concept.
Yep, I actually really enjoyed Inception. I really enjoyed that movie a lot.
And you feel that that wasn't trickery?
It is still trickery. No, it is still trickery.
Oh, but this one, yeah,
it is a world within a world within a world. But this is just like... It's a very plain, linear storyline about time travel and what it does, and then they tried to put all these extra elements in there. That's what I didn't like about it. Whereas Inception, to me, is like the storyline is within a storyline within...
See, the thing with Nolan movies is that they are long. The dialogue is, to me, the weakest part of it. But every time I see a Christopher Nolan movie, and when I finish it, I always think, boy, I wish I was smart enough to make a movie like this, or to come up with a concept and execute it the way it does. I thought the execution was great.
You know what? Let me throw this one at you. You know what this reminded me of? You know The Matrix, the third one? What is it? Reloaded? Revolutions?
Yeah, which I
You know the bit when they meet the architect and he starts throwing these freaking fancy words at you and you're like...
Yeah, I think that was the second one, but anyway, yeah.
Second one, alright. So, this is what that felt like to me. Just throwing freaking fancy words that people didn't understand, but they're like, I got it. It's like, what the hell? That's how I felt about it. And then, look, that's just
I'm guessing you weren't a fan of The Matrix either?
I really like the first one. But the end.
Okay. Well, I like the trilogy. Well, that's just my thoughts. So, I guess with all that being said, if you guys had seen Interstellar, we're really keen to know what you think. Is it a big load of hype, or was it an overrated piece of scientific nonsense, or was it a well done?
Can I just say
another Nolan masterpiece?
Can I just say though, it almost feels like because Nolan did well prior to this particular film, whatever he's going to throw out there, even if it's garbage, people are going to soak it up and say, you know what, that's awesome. That's how I feel now.
No,
I don't think really hoping. Hold on. I really hope that that's not the case. I really do hope that that's not the case because Nolan has had a really good run for a long period of time. I've enjoyed every single one of his movies that he's released so far, but I did not like Interstellar. It was a letdown for me. Maybe I expected too much out of it. Maybe I did. Because from the trailers and all that, I was really looking forward to it.
Well, maybe I expected too little, because when I saw the trailer, I didn't want to read up about it. I didn't really need to know anything about it, and so it's telling me the story as I was going along.
Okay, fair.
So yeah, you want to wrap this up?
Sure. Well, anyways, let us know what your thoughts on. Are they, negative like mine, or positive like Ken's? So
watch the movie.
Let us know. Comment, please. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty right, but I guess we'll catch you next time. See ya.
Welcome to.
Let's do it again. Sorry.
All right. This is the real one. This is the real one.
This is it.
Welcome to.